Train your mind for calm responses, Stoic principles. Hey there, you! Ever wondered what it'd be like to face life's toughest moments with unshakable calm and razor-sharp clarity? Picture this: you're caught in a heated argument, words flying like arrows, or maybe life just tossed you a curveball, a flat tire on your way to an important meeting, a deadline you missed by a mile, or a dream you poured your heart into that didn't pan out. Your heart's pounding, emotions are spiking, and that urge to snap, shut down, or spiral into a mess of frustration is so real. But what if, right in that fiery moment, you could hit pause, take a deep breath, and choose a response so grounded, so wise, it doesn't just defuse the situation but transforms you into someone stronger, calmer, and more in control? That's the incredible power of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that's been helping people conquer chaos and find peace for centuries. And today, we're diving headfirst into how it can revolutionize your life. Welcome to this journey, my friend. I'm absolutely thrilled to share this with you because Stoicism isn't some dusty, outdated idea locked in history books. It's a practical, life-changing toolkit that's just as relevant in our fast-paced, stress-filled modern world as it was in ancient Greece and Rome. By the time this video's over, you'll walk away with a set of powerful strategies to train your mind to respond with intention, not react out of impulse. We're going to unpack the timeless wisdom of Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, blend it with modern mindfulness practices, and hand you actionable steps to stay resilient, focused, and in control, no matter what life throws your way. Whether it's a tough day at work, a personal setback, or just the daily grind wearing you down, Stoicism gives you the tools to navigate it all with purpose and peace. So, grab a notebook, maybe a cup of coffee or tea, and get comfy, because we're about to embark on a deep dive into the art of living well. We'll explore how to pause when emotions run high, reframe challenges as opportunities, and focus on what you can control while letting go of what you can't. You'll hear stories of real people who've used Stoicism to transform their lives, and we'll build a daily routine to make these principles second nature. This isn't about becoming an emotionless robot or pretending life's all perfect. It's about embracing your feelings, understanding them, and choosing actions that align with the best version of yourself. Ready to discover how to face life's storms with a steady heart and a clear mind? Let's dive into the world of Stoicism and unlock the secrets to a more resilient, meaningful life together. What is Stoicism, anyway? Alright, let's kick things off by getting to the heart of Stoicism, what it is, where it came from, and why it's still a big deal thousands of years later. Stoicism was born in the lively, chaotic streets of Athens around 300 BCE, right in the thick of ancient Greece. This wasn't some abstract theory cooked up in a quiet library. It was a practical philosophy shaped by real people grappling with life's messiness. Thinkers like Zeno, who started it all, Seneca, the sharp-witted advisor, Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, and even Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor juggling an empire and his own inner battles, all lived by its principles. These weren't ivory tower scholars. They faced exile, war, betrayal, and loss, just like we face our own struggles today. Yet, they found a way to stay steady, grounded, and resilient. Their secret weapon: Stoicism. So, what's Stoicism all about? At its core, it's a mindset that says, focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. You've got power over your thoughts, your choices, and your actions. How you see the world, the words you speak, the steps you take. But stuff like other people's opinions, random bad luck, or the weather, that's outside your control, and Stoicism teaches you to stop stressing over it. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't about bottling up your emotions or pretending life's all sunshine and rainbows. Stoics feel the full range of emotions: anger, sadness, joy, but they don't let those feelings hijack their decisions. Instead, they pause, understand what's going on inside, and choose actions that align with their deepest values, like courage, wisdom, and integrity. Picture yourself as the captain of a ship. Storms will hit, waves will crash, but you're the one steering, deciding how to navigate through the chaos. Why does this matter in our world today? Let's get real. Life in 2025 is a whirlwind. Between work stress, social media drama, and unexpected setbacks, it's easy to get knocked off balance. Think about the last time you got frustrated. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, and you leaned on the horn. Or a coworker threw you under the bus, and you fired off a snarky email you later regretted. Those are reactions, quick, impulsive moves driven by emotion. And more often than not, they leave us feeling worse, stressed, guilty, or stuck in a cycle of regret. Stoicism flips the script. It teaches us to respond instead, to hit pause, take a breath, and choose actions that keep us grounded and true to who we want to be. That shift from reaction to response. It's a total game changer. It's not just about avoiding a bad moment. It's about building a life where you're in the driver's seat, calm and confident no matter what comes your way. The problem with reacting. Picture this. You're in a high-stakes meeting, and your boss singles out your work with a sharp critique in front of the entire team. The room goes quiet. Your face flushes, your stomach churns, and a wave of embarrassment or anger surges through you. Before you know it, you're either snapping back defensively or clamming up, retreating into silence. Later, as the adrenaline fades, you're left replaying the moment, wishing you'd handled it with more grace. Sound familiar? We've all been there, caught in the grip of a reaction, our brain's automatic response when emotions take over. Reactions are instinctive, like a knee-jerk reflex. They're fueled by a sudden spike of anger, fear, frustration, or shame, and they often lead us down paths we regret. A harsh word escalates a conflict. A rash decision burns a bridge. An impulsive email, like the one I once sent to a colleague in a heated moment, can haunt you when you realize you misread the situation entirely. I still cringe thinking about it. These moments highlight a truth. Reacting feels natural, but it rarely serves us well. It's like letting a storm steer the ship instead of holding the wheel yourself. But what if you could hit pause in those high-pressure moments? What if, instead of letting emotions hijack your words or actions, you could take a breath, step back, and choose a response that's calm, deliberate, and aligned with your long-term goals? This is where Stoicism steps in, a timeless philosophy that teaches us to break free from impulsive reactions and cultivate thoughtful responses. Rooted in the wisdom of ancient thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions but about mastering them. It's about creating space between what happens to you and how you choose to act. The process starts with awareness. When criticism lands or tension rises, notice the physical signs: racing heart, tight chest, hot cheeks. Acknowledge the emotion without letting it take the driver's seat. Take a slow breath or two. Even a brief pause can disrupt the reactive cycle. Next, ask yourself, what's in my control here? You can't change your boss's words or the team's perception, but you can control your response. A Stoic might reframe the critique as an opportunity to learn rather than a personal attack. From there, choose a response that aligns with your values. Perhaps a measured question to clarify the feedback or a calm acknowledgement that shows confidence without defensiveness. The benefits of this approach are profound. By responding rather than reacting, you reduce stress, as you're no longer at the mercy of fleeting emotions. Relationships improve when you communicate with clarity and respect, even under pressure. And perhaps most powerfully, you gain a sense of control, a quiet strength that feels like a superpower. Stoicism doesn't make you immune to life's challenges, but it equips you to face them with wisdom and poise, turning heated moments into opportunities for growth. Embracing Stoicism. Focus on what you control. How do we shift from being swept away by life's chaos to navigating it with calm and clarity? One of Stoicism's golden rules offers a powerful starting point. Focus on what's in your control and let go of what's not. This principle, central to Stoic philosophy, cuts through the noise of modern life with timeless wisdom. Epictetus, a Stoic heavyweight, put it bluntly, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's a mic drop moment, a reminder that true power lies within us, not in the unpredictable world around us. So, what does this look like in practice? Life throws plenty at us that we can't control: a sudden rainstorm on your wedding day, a delayed flight that derails your plans, or a coworker's cutting remark in a meeting. These are outside your circle of control, as the Stoics would say. Trying to bend them to your will is like wrestling the wind, exhausting and futile. But here's where your power kicks in. You can control how you interpret these events and how you respond. Rain ruining your outdoor wedding? You can choose to laugh, grab an umbrella, and turn it into a memorable story. A delayed flight? You can use the time to read, reflect, or practice patience. A rude coworker? You can stay professional, address the issue calmly, or let their words slide off like water on a duck's back. That's your domain, your attitude, your words, your actions. This mindset is liberating because it frees you from the mental trap of obsessing over what's beyond your reach. How often do we waste energy fuming about traffic, stressing over someone else's opinion, or replaying scenarios we can't change. The Stoics teach us to declutter our minds, to stop pouring precious mental resources into things we can't influence. Instead, we redirect that energy toward what we can shape. It's like pruning a tree. By cutting away the dead branches of worry and frustration, you allow the tree, your life, to grow stronger, rooted in purpose and intention. Adopting this approach takes practice, but it's transformative. Start small. When something frustrates you, pause and ask, what's in my control here? Maybe you can't control a project deadline, but you can control how you prioritize tasks or communicate with your team. You can't control a friend's mood, but you can choose to listen with empathy or set healthy boundaries. Over time, this habit builds resilience. You become less reactive, less rattled by life's curveballs. You start to see challenges not as threats but as opportunities to exercise your inner strength. The payoff: a lighter, freer mind. Less stress from fighting battles you can't win. Stronger relationships built on thoughtful responses rather than impulsive reactions. And a life that feels intentional, guided by your values rather than external chaos. Stoicism's focus on control isn't about ignoring the world, it's about mastering your place in it, one deliberate choice at a time. The power of the pause, a Stoic approach to responding. To respond like a Stoic, the first and most critical step is mastering the pause, a deliberate moment of space between stimulus and response. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, described this as the gap where true freedom lies. It's the split second that lets you choose your next move. Picture this: someone cuts you off in traffic. That's the stimulus, an external event you can't control. Your response, whether you lean on the horn and yell or take a deep breath and let it go, is entirely up to you. The pause is where the magic happens, transforming impulsive reactions into thoughtful choices. This pause isn't about freezing in indecision or overanalyzing. It's a brief, intentional moment to step back and check in with yourself. Maybe you take a slow, deep breath, count to 3, or silently ask, what's the best way to handle this? Think of it as hitting the brakes before speeding into a decision you might regret. I learned this the hard way in heated arguments with my partner a few years ago. I used to fire back the moment I felt attacked, escalating things unnecessarily. Then I started pausing, taking a breath and asking myself, what do I really want here? To win this argument, or to connect and resolve this? That tiny pause was a game changer. It didn't erase my emotions, but it gave me the clarity to respond with intention rather than reflex. The pause works because it creates distance between you and your emotions. It's not about suppressing how you feel. Anger, frustration, or hurt are all valid, but about ensuring those emotions don't hijack your actions. When a snarky comment at work stings or a stressful deadline looms, the pause lets you consult your inner Stoic. You might ask, what's in my control here? Or, what would wisdom do in this moment? This simple act shifts you from being a passenger of your emotions to being the driver of your decisions. To make the pause a habit, start small. The next time you feel triggered, whether by a rude email, a family member's jab, or a sudden setback, give yourself that moment of space. Take a deep breath, sip some water, or even step away briefly if you can. Use that time to name the emotion you're feeling and consider your goal. Do you want to de-escalate, solve a problem, or simply stay true to your values? With practice, this pause becomes second nature, like a muscle that grows stronger each time you use it. The rewards are immense. Pausing reduces the stress of impulsive reactions, fosters better relationships through measured responses, and builds a quiet confidence in your ability to handle life's challenges. It's not about perfection. Some moments will still catch you off guard, but about progress. Each pause is a small victory, a step toward living with the wisdom and composure of a Stoic. Trust me, that space between stimulus and response is where you'll find your power. The Stoic art of reframing, transforming challenges into opportunities. One of Stoicism's most powerful tools is reframing, shifting the way you perceive a situation to change how you feel and act. The Stoics, with their razor-sharp wisdom, understood that our distress doesn't come from events themselves but from the stories we weave about them. As Epictetus put it, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Lose your job? You could tell yourself, I'm a failure, my life's ruined. Or you could reframe it, this is a chance to explore new paths and grow. Same event, different narrative, radically different outcome. Reframing is like putting on a new pair of glasses. Suddenly, the world looks different. The Stoics were masters at this mental alchemy, turning setbacks into opportunities by choosing empowering perspectives. Take my friend Sarah, for example. She poured her heart into earning a promotion at work, only to be passed over. Devastated, she felt rejected and ready to quit. But instead of spiraling into despair, she leaned into a Stoic approach. She paused and asked herself, "What's the story I'm telling myself?" Instead of seeing the rejection as a dead end, she reframed it, "This isn't a rejection, it's a redirect. Maybe there's something better out there." With this new lens, she took action. She enrolled in online courses to sharpen her skills, networked relentlessly, and within 6 months landed a job that was a far better fit. Higher pay, more growth, and a team she loved. By changing her narrative, Sarah transformed a painful setback into a stepping stone. You can harness this Stoic superpower too. The next time you're stressed, angry, or upset, pause and reflect, what's the story I'm telling myself? Is there another way to see this? Suppose a cashier snaps at you. Your first instinct might be to think, they're out to ruin my day. Try reframing, maybe they're having a rough day, this isn't about me. Or if you miss an opportunity, instead of thinking, I'm doomed, consider, this could be a chance to try something new. Reframing doesn't deny the challenge or sugarcoat reality. It strips the situation of its power to derail you. To practice reframing, start small. When something triggers you, write down the initial story you're telling yourself. Then, challenge it. Ask, is this true? What's another way to view this? Look for a perspective that aligns with your values and goals. Maybe a delayed project isn't a disaster but a chance to refine your work. Maybe a conflict with a friend isn't a betrayal but an opportunity to communicate better. With practice, reframing becomes a habit, rewiring how you approach life's ups and downs. The benefits are profound. Reframing reduces emotional turbulence, helping you stay calm under pressure. It fosters resilience, turning obstacles into growth opportunities. And it empowers you to act with intention, not reaction. Like Sarah, you'll find that changing your story doesn't just change how you feel, it changes what you do and, ultimately, where you go. That's the Stoic art of reframing, a mindset that turns life's challenges into chances to thrive. The Stoic path to self-awareness. Know yourself to respond wisely. To respond thoughtfully in life's challenging moments, you must first understand what's happening within you. This is where self-awareness, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, becomes essential. The Stoics, from Seneca to Marcus Aurelius, emphasized looking inward to examine your thoughts, emotions, and triggers. It's like being your own detective, observing when anger, anxiety, or frustration begins to stir and asking, why is this happening? What's driving this feeling? Self-awareness is the foundation of Stoicism because you can't manage what you don't understand. Consider a scenario. A friend cancels plans at the last minute, and you're fuming. Your instinct might be to fire off a sharp text or cut them off. A Stoic, however, would pause and dig deeper. Why am I so upset? Is it because I feel disrespected? Am I lonely and was counting on this? By pinpointing the why behind the emotion, you gain clarity to choose a response that's productive. Perhaps an honest conversation about how the cancellation made you feel, rather than ghosting them or stewing in resentment. This introspective process turns knee-jerk reactions into intentional responses, aligning your actions with your values. Building self-awareness takes practice, but the Stoics offered practical tools to cultivate it. One powerful method is journaling, a habit embraced by many Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, whose Meditations is essentially a philosophical diary. At the end of the day, take a few minutes to reflect on a moment when you reacted strongly. Write down what happened, how you felt, what you did, and what you could do differently next time. I've been journaling for years, and it's like holding a mirror to my mind. I've noticed patterns, like how I get snappy when I'm tired or stressed, and this awareness helps me catch myself before I react impulsively. Journaling doesn't just clarify your emotions, it reveals the habits shaping your responses. Another way to grow self-awareness is by checking in with yourself throughout the day. Pause periodically and ask, what am I feeling right now? What's driving it? It's like tuning into your inner radio station, picking up the signals of your emotions and thoughts. Maybe you notice tension before a big meeting because you're worried about being judged. Recognizing this allows you to reframe the situation or take a deep breath to steady yourself. The more you practice these check-ins, the better you become at spotting your triggers, those moments when emotions threaten to take the wheel. Self-awareness empowers you to respond with wisdom rather than react out of habit. It reduces the chaos of unchecked emotions, strengthens your relationships through thoughtful communication, and builds confidence in your ability to navigate life's ups and downs. The Stoics knew that true control begins with understanding yourself. By becoming your own detective, you lay the groundwork for a life of intention, resilience, and inner calm. Start today, journal, check in, reflect, and watch how this Stoic practice transforms the way you move through the world. Mindfulness, the Stoic glue for thoughtful living. If self-awareness is the foundation of Stoic practice, mindfulness is the glue that binds it all together. Mindfulness means being fully present in the moment, observing your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without judgment. While the Stoics didn't use the term mindfulness, their philosophy embodies it. They taught that the present is all we truly possess, and it's where our power to act with wisdom resides. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." By anchoring ourselves in the now, we unlock the clarity to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When we're stuck replaying past regrets or fretting about the future, we're not truly here. We're distracted, scattered, and prone to choices we later regret, like snapping at a loved one or rushing into a bad decision. Mindfulness pulls us back to the present, where we can pause, reflect, and act with intention. It's the antidote to the mental chaos that fuels reactive behavior, aligning perfectly with the Stoic call to focus on what's in our control. One of the simplest ways to cultivate mindfulness is through your breath. Try this. Close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath, and notice the air flowing in and out. If your mind wanders, to your to-do list or a recent argument, gently guide it back to your breath. Practice this for a minute or two, and you'll feel grounded, as if you've hit a mental reset button. I use this technique before big meetings or tough conversations, and it sharpens my focus, helping me respond with calm clarity. Mindfulness can also be woven into daily life. When eating, savor each bite, notice the texture, the flavors, the warmth. While walking, feel the ground beneath your feet, the breeze on your skin, the rhythm of your steps. These small acts train your mind to stay present, building a habit that makes it easier to pause and choose wise responses when challenges arise. The Stoics would approve of this disciplined attention to the moment, as it strengthens our ability to live with purpose. Another powerful tool is the body scan. Lie down, close your eyes, and slowly focus on each part of your body, from toes to head. Notice any tension, warmth, or sensations without trying to change them. This practice not only calms the mind but also deepens your connection to your body, which the Stoics viewed as a partner to the mind, not a distraction. It's a reminder to stay embodied and present, ready to act with composure. Mindfulness also transforms how we connect with others. When talking to someone, truly listen. Put your phone down, make eye contact, and notice their words, tone, and body language. This presence fosters deeper, more empathetic relationships, reflecting the Stoic value of treating others with respect. By staying mindful, you not only enhance your own resilience but also build stronger bonds, living in alignment with Stoic principles. Start small. Breathe, notice, listen, and watch how mindfulness becomes your Stoic superpower for thoughtful living. Letting go of what you can't control. The Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control is a game changer, but let's be honest, it's easier said than done. We all get tangled in things beyond our reach, other people's behavior, the weather, global crises. The Stoics, however, were unwavering on this point. Seneca, a Stoic luminary, nailed it when he said, "You have power over your mind, but not over events. So focus on your mind, and you'll find peace." This isn't about apathy or surrender. It's about being strategic with your energy, directing it where it counts. Focusing on what's in your control doesn't mean sitting back passively. It's about channeling your efforts wisely. You can't control your boss's bad mood, but you can decide to approach them with empathy, a thoughtful idea, or a request for clarity. You can't control the economy, but you can tighten your budget, learn new skills, or explore side hustles. It's like playing a card game. You can't choose the cards you're dealt, but you can play them with wisdom, courage, and strategy. The Stoics saw this as the path to inner freedom, a way to stay steady no matter what life throws at you. So, How do you put this into practice? A simple, powerful exercise can help when stress creeps in. Grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone and make 2 columns. In the first, list what's bothering you that's outside your control. Maybe a delayed flight, a colleague's attitude, or an overwhelming news cycle. In the second, write down what you can control. For example, if you're stressed about a big project, you might note that you can't control your team's workload or client demands. But you can clarify deadlines, offer support, prioritize your tasks, or communicate proactively. This exercise shifts your focus from what's draining you to where your power lies, and it's surprisingly liberating. This approach takes practice, especially when emotions run high. Start by noticing when you're fixating on something uncontrollable, like ruminating over a rude comment or worrying about tomorrow's weather. Pause and ask, what's in my control right now? Maybe it's taking a deep breath, reframing the comment as someone else's bad day, or packing an umbrella. Over time, this habit rewires your mind to let go of what you can't change and lean into what you can. The payoff is profound. By focusing on your sphere of control, you reduce the mental clutter of worry and frustration. You feel empowered, not helpless, because your energy goes toward actions that matter. Relationships improve as you respond with intention rather than reactivity. And you cultivate a quiet resilience, rooted in the Stoic truth that peace comes from mastering your mind, not wrestling with the world. Try the 2-column exercise next time stress hits, and watch how it anchors you in what's yours to shape, a life of purpose, clarity, and strength. A Stoic-inspired daily routine for thoughtful living. To make Stoicism a way of life, you need to weave its principles into your daily routine, turning wisdom into action. The Stoics were champions of discipline, living their philosophy through deliberate habits. By building a Stoic-inspired routine, you can train your mind to prioritize thoughtful responses over impulsive reactions. Here's how to structure your day with practical, Stoic-aligned practices. Morning intention. Kick off your day by setting a clear intention. As you sip your coffee or brush your teeth, ask, how do I want to show up today? Calm, kind, focused. Write it down to make it stick. Today, I'll pause before reacting and choose actions that align with my values. I do this every morning, and it's like setting a GPS for my mindset, guiding me toward purposeful decisions. This aligns with the Stoic practice of preparing the mind for the day's challenges, as Marcus Aurelius often did through his meditations. Mindful moments. Sprinkle mindfulness throughout your day to stay present. Before a meeting, take a minute to breathe deeply, noticing the air moving in and out. At lunch, put your phone away and savor the taste, texture, and warmth of your food. When walking to your car, tune into your surroundings, the crunch of gravel, the breeze on your face. These small acts, rooted in the Stoic emphasis on living in the present, strengthen your ability to stay grounded. Over time, they make pausing and responding thoughtfully second nature. Evening reflection. End your day with self-examination, a cornerstone of Stoic practice. Grab a journal and reflect, what went well today? Where did I respond thoughtfully? Where did I slip into reaction mode? Celebrate your wins, even if it's just staying calm during a stressful call. Then, consider one thing to improve tomorrow, like pausing longer before responding to criticism. I found this practice humbling yet empowering. It's like a daily check-in with your inner philosopher, helping you grow incrementally. Reframe challenges. When obstacles arise, practice reframing, a Stoic technique for shifting perspective. Stuck in traffic. Instead of fuming, think, this is a chance to listen to a podcast or practice patience. If your kid spills juice on the floor, reframe it, this is a moment to teach them and bond. Reframing doesn't erase problems but transforms them into opportunities for growth, aligning with the Stoic belief that our perceptions shape our reality. Gratitude check. The Stoics practiced a grounded form of gratitude, appreciating what's good without fluff. Each night, jot down 3 things you're thankful for: a warm meal, a kind word, or simply being alive. This habit, inspired by Seneca's reflections on life's gifts, keeps you anchored in what's within your control and counters the pull of negativity. By weaving these practices into your routine, you embody Stoicism daily. Morning intentions set your course, mindful moments keep you present, evening reflections foster growth, reframing turns challenges into lessons, and gratitude grounds you in what matters. Together, these habits build a life of intention, resilience, and inner peace, one thoughtful response at a time. Stoicism in action. Real-life examples. Stoicism isn't just ancient wisdom reserved for philosophers. It's a practical toolkit for anyone navigating life's challenges. To see it in action, let's look at 2 real-life stories of people who used Stoic principles to transform their daily experiences, proving that these ideas work for anyone, from high-pressure professionals to overwhelmed parents. Meet Jake, a project manager I know who used to buckle under workplace stress. Deadlines would loom, emails would flood in, and Jake would snap at his team, barking orders or venting frustration. It tanked morale, and his team's performance suffered. Then he discovered Stoicism through a podcast and decided to give it a try. He started with the Stoic practice of pausing before reacting. When stress hit, he'd take a deep breath and ask, "What can I control here? My tone, my plan, my effort." Instead of lashing out, he'd calmly delegate tasks or ask for input. He also began reframing setbacks. Missed deadlines became opportunities to streamline processes. Over months, Jake became the guy who stayed cool under pressure. His team noticed, morale soared, and their projects started hitting targets. Jake's not perfect, he still has off days, but Stoicism gave him a framework to handle stress without imploding, turning him into a leader his team trusts. Now consider Maria, a mom of 2 who felt swamped by the chaos of parenting. Her kids' tantrums would trigger her own frustration, leading to yelling matches that left everyone drained. After reading about Stoicism, Maria decided to try reframing. Instead of seeing tantrums as battles to win, she viewed them as chances to teach her kids emotional regulation. She leaned on the Stoic pause, taking a slow breath when her toddler screamed or her 6-year-old defied her. In that moment, she'd ask, "What's my goal?" To calm them and connect. Instead of shouting, she'd kneel down, validate their feelings, and guide them to breathe together. Maria also started journaling at night, reflecting on moments she handled well and where she slipped into reaction mode. Over time, her kids began calming down faster, and their home felt less like a battlefield and more like a sanctuary. The shift wasn't instant, but Stoicism helped Maria respond with patience and purpose, fostering a stronger bond with her children. These stories show that Stoicism is for everyone: CEOs, students, stay-at-home parents, or anyone seeking clarity and control. Jake and Maria didn't become flawless overnight. They embraced small, consistent practices rooted in Stoic principles like pausing, reframing, and focusing on what's in their control. These habits reshaped how they navigated stress and relationships, proving that Stoicism isn't about perfection but about being human with intention. Whether you're facing a high-stakes meeting or a toddler's meltdown, Stoicism offers a path to respond thoughtfully, turning challenges into opportunities for growth. Start small, pause, reframe, reflect, and watch how these ancient ideas bring modern-day resilience to your life. Why embrace Stoicism? Building a resilient, meaningful life. Why commit fully to Stoicism? Because it's more than a tool for surviving a tough day, it's a blueprint for crafting a life that's resilient, purposeful, and deeply aligned with your values. When you choose to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, you're not just dodging conflict or stress. You're becoming someone who inspires others, who shows up with empathy and strength, and who leaves a lasting positive impact on the world. Stoicism transforms you into a force for good, both for yourself and those around you. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its ripple effect. Imagine a tense meeting where tempers are flaring. By pausing, taking a breath, and responding with calm clarity, you don't just defuse the moment. You set a tone that encourages others to do the same. Your composure becomes contagious, fostering collaboration and respect. Or consider a conversation with a friend who's struggling. When you listen mindfully, phone down, fully present, you create a space where they feel truly heard, deepening your connection. Even reframing a personal setback as a chance to grow doesn't just build your resilience. It inspires those who witness your strength to face their own challenges with courage. Stoicism isn't a solitary practice. It shapes the communities you're part of, from your workplace to your family, and even the legacy you leave behind. Stoicism's principles: pausing before reacting, focusing on what's in your control, reframing obstacles as opportunities, equip you to navigate life's unpredictability with grace. It's not about suppressing emotions or pretending everything's fine. It's about feeling deeply while acting wisely, channeling your energy into choices that reflect your best self. Whether you're a parent soothing a tantrum, a leader steering a team through crisis, or a student tackling a daunting exam, Stoicism offers a universal framework to show up with intention and impact. The best part? Stoicism is a journey, not a destination. You don't need to be a Stoic sage like Marcus Aurelius overnight. Every time you pause before snapping back, reframe a challenge as a lesson, or reflect on your day's wins and missteps, you're taking a step toward a wiser, calmer you. The Stoics, including Seneca and Epictetus, saw life as a practice, a lifelong commitment to growth, no matter how many times you stumble. Each small act of discipline builds momentum, rewiring your habits and mindset over time. Embracing Stoicism means investing in a life of meaning and resilience. It's about showing up authentically, not just for yourself but for the people and world around you. Every thoughtful response is a brick in the foundation of a legacy rooted in wisdom, empathy, and strength. Start where you are, pause, reflect, reframe, and trust that each step forward is shaping not only your life but also the lives of those you touch. That's the Stoic promise, a path to becoming your best self, one deliberate choice at a time. Your Stoic Toolkit, practical strategies for thoughtful responses. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom for navigating life's challenges with clarity and calm. To help you start living these principles today, here's a concise, no-nonsense Stoic toolkit, 7 practical strategies to shift from reactive impulses to thoughtful responses in any situation. Rooted in the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, these tools are designed for real-world application, whether you're facing a stressful workday or a personal conflict. The pause button. When emotions flare, whether it's a snarky comment or a looming deadline, hit pause. Take a deep breath, count to 5, or step away briefly if possible. This simple act, inspired by the Stoic emphasis on creating space between stimulus and response, gives you the clarity to choose a response aligned with your values. Practice it in small moments, like waiting at a red light, to make it second nature. Control check. In any tough situation, ask, what can I control here? Focus solely on your thoughts, words, and actions, and release what's beyond your reach, like others' opinions or external outcomes. If stress overwhelms you, jot down 2 lists, what's out of your control and what's in it. This Stoic principle, championed by Epictetus, redirects your energy to where it matters, fostering peace and purpose. Reframe it. Shift your perspective by challenging the story you're telling yourself. Stuck in traffic. Instead of, this is ruining my day, think, this is a chance to practice patience. Failed a project. See it as a lesson, not a defeat. Ask, what can I learn from this? This Stoic technique turns obstacles into opportunities, empowering you to grow rather than spiral. Mindful Minute. Build your presence muscle with a daily 1-minute mindfulness practice. Close your eyes and focus on your breath, noticing the air moving in and out. Or, while eating or walking, tune into the textures, sounds, and sensations around you. This aligns with the Stoic call to live in the present, sharpening your ability to stay calm and respond intentionally under pressure. Evening review. At day's end, reflect like a Stoic. In a journal, note one moment you responded thoughtfully and one where you reacted impulsively. Ask, what worked? Where can I improve? Celebrate small wins, like staying calm in a tense talk, and plan one tweak for tomorrow. This self-examination, a habit of Marcus Aurelius, fuels steady growth. Gratitude anchor. Each night, write down 3 things you're grateful for: a kind gesture, a warm meal, or simply being alive. This Stoic-inspired practice, rooted in Seneca's reflections, keeps you grounded in what's good and within your control, countering negativity and fostering resilience. Self-awareness scan. Throughout the day, check in with yourself. What am I feeling? Why? If you're tense before a meeting, pinpoint the trigger. Maybe fear of judgment. This Stoic habit of introspection helps you catch emotions before they spark reactions, paving the way for wiser choices. This toolkit is your starting point. Practice 1 or 2 strategies daily. Pause in a heated moment, reframe a challenge, or reflect at night. With time, these Stoic habits will transform how you navigate life, building a foundation of calm, clarity, and purposeful action. Your Stoic journey. Start small, live wisely. As we wrap up, know this: our exploration of Stoicism is just the beginning of a lifelong practice. Every moment, every challenge, every triumph, is an opportunity to live with wisdom, resilience, and intention. Stoicism isn't about mastering life overnight. It's about taking small, deliberate steps toward becoming your best self. Start today by picking one tool from the Stoic toolkit we've built. Maybe it's pausing for a deep breath before replying to a tricky email, reframing a minor annoyance like a delayed bus as a chance to practice patience, or jotting down 3 things you're grateful for tonight. Each step, no matter how small, isn't just building a habit. It's shaping a life rooted in clarity and purpose. You don't need to overhaul your routine to embrace Stoicism. Try one practice and notice how it feels. Perhaps you'll pause during a tense conversation and choose a thoughtful response, or reflect at night on a moment you handled well. These small acts, inspired by the Stoics' disciplined approach, compound over time, rewiring how you navigate stress, relationships, and setbacks. As Seneca reminds us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Make each moment count by choosing to respond, not react. To dive deeper, turn to the Stoics themselves. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is a raw, timeless diary of a Roman emperor wrestling with life's challenges, perfect for anyone seeking honest wisdom. Epictetus's Enchiridion is a compact, punchy guide to staying grounded, offering practical advice you can apply immediately. Seneca's Letters from a Stoic feels like getting counsel from a wise friend, blending philosophy with real-world insights. For a modern spin, Ryan Holiday's The Obstacle is the way translates Stoic principles into today's fast-paced world, showing how to turn challenges into opportunities. These works, old and new, are like mentors guiding you toward a life of resilience and meaning. Stoicism is universal. Whether you're a student, a parent, or a CEO, its tools work because they're about being human, not perfect. The journey is personal, and I'd love to hear how it resonates with you. Share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me about a time you responded thoughtfully instead of reacting, or which Stoic tool you're excited to try. Maybe the pause button or a gratitude anchor. Your story might inspire someone else on this path. If this sparked something in you, give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe to keep exploring together. We're a community of learners, and I'm thrilled to be on this Stoic journey with you. Every step you take, every pause, reframe, or reflection, is a move toward a wiser, calmer you. Start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. As the Stoics knew, life is a practice, and each moment is a chance to live it well. Let's keep growing, one thoughtful choice at a time. The Stoic way: choose response, shape your life. As we close this chapter, let's pause and reflect. Life is a wild ride, messy, unpredictable, and often relentlessly tough. Yet, in every moment, from the mundane to the monumental, you hold a profound power: the choice to react or respond. Reacting is letting emotions take the wheel, steering you into conflict or regret. Responding, the Stoic way, is anchoring yourself in wisdom, courage, and purpose. This choice, as simple as it sounds, is within your grasp, and it's the key to a life of resilience and meaning. The Stoics, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, believed true happiness, or eudaimonia, stems from living with virtue. That means embodying wisdom in your decisions, courage in your actions, fairness in your relationships, and discipline in your habits. When you choose to respond thoughtfully, you're not just weathering life's storms, you're crafting a life that reflects your highest self. Each time you pause before snapping back, reframe a setback as a lesson, or focus on what you can control, you're living those virtues. You're building a character that stands firm, no matter what chaos swirls around you. But the impact goes beyond you. By responding with clarity and calm, you create a ripple effect. Your patience in a heated argument can de-escalate tension, inspiring others to follow suit. Your kindness in a stressful moment can brighten someone's day. Your resilience in the face of adversity can motivate those around you to persevere. Stoicism isn't just personal growth, it's a gift to your community, making the world a little brighter, kinder, and wiser. As Seneca wrote, "No one is good by chance. Virtue is a skill." By practicing Stoic principles, you're honing that skill, not just for yourself but for everyone you touch. Here's my challenge to you: the next time life tests you, whether it's a rude comment, a missed deadline, or a personal setback, pause. Take a slow, deep breath. Ask yourself, what would a Stoic do? Then step forward with intention, choosing a response that aligns with your values. Maybe it's staying calm in a conflict, reframing a failure as growth, or simply listening fully to a loved one. Whatever it is, know you've got this. Each thoughtful response is a victory, a step toward the wise, resilient person you're becoming. Thank you for joining me on this Stoic journey. This isn't the end, it's a beginning. Keep practicing, keep growing, and keep choosing response over reaction. Try one tool today. Pause before replying to a tough email, or jot down 3 things you're grateful for tonight. Share your experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're applying these ideas or which moment you chose to respond like a Stoic. If this resonated, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay stoic, stay strong, and let's keep building a life of virtue together. Peace.